Hey Tiffany, big improvement here. I really like the way that this is really starting to look more, oops, too much. Like it's from the garbage dump. I if you select the bottom part and do a perspective transformation, I've copied the layer, you can create something that looks like this. So it actually has some, it has more perspective. It doesn't look like it's right in front of the wall. So the way that the way I did that is the first thing I did was duplicate the layer. Your mask is clipped here, but I'm just going to turn this off for a second so we can just see what your original layer looks like. So what you could do then is you can, with one of these layers, you can go up under Edit, Transform, and select Perspective. Oh, I need to select it, never mind. So I would first make a selection. So if you go to, I don't know, maybe you want to do it right, I think before I did it right here. So if you select just some part of it, and then you go to Edit, Transform, Perspective, then you can pull this out and give it some perspective. See what it's doing? And what this will do is it makes it look like it's more in a space, right? So you can really make an extreme if you wanted to, depending on it, if you had a bit of a bigger photo. So anyway, it can look pretty cool. And again, it gives it like some space to be in as opposed to, this, which looks like it's floating on a wall. So you might want to consider doing that. I can clip your exposure back to it. Whoops. I don't know. Oh, I have to turn this layer off too. So anyway, you can. It still knows your background's a little dark. It doesn't really need to be, this dark. I'd probably bump up the contrast a little bit too. I don't even mind it a little bit lighter. I'd probably go in with this one and do a levels instead of the levels. You can do more with it. You can adjust both the contrast and the lights and darks. So you can just kind of see what it looks like. This is what it looks like lighter, which I don't mind the lighter one either. And then again, you can just move these around to the way that you like it. It's going to make it light if you slide that over. If you're going to slide this one over, it's going to make it darker. But again, it doesn't flatten out the color so much. It makes it kind of still have some contrast. Like I like it someplace in here. And then what you could do then, and I would continue to move the text around. I would, whoops, where is it? Turn that off. I would continue to move the text around into the negative space. So if you did this, I would just get this, you have 2 more drafts to go. I'd probably do something like that, and then I'd probably put dump over here. I would just kind of work, even though I kind of like how you have it at the top, but then what I would do then is I would make Dan bigger, because I think you still can make him bigger. I think you've got enough space, and Dan's really cool, and there's nothing wrong with having some of this stuff overlap. So you can always put the dump on top of the Dan. Oh, he got cut off by that mask, but you can see what I'm saying. You don't need to have it. You can have the dump part over the head a little bit, or you can just move it up to, or just do something else with it. But it kind of looks cool when there's an overlap. There's nothing wrong with doing an overlap. It definitely looks cool. Okay, so and then if you, so this is standing out. So you are, you might make it a little bit lighter or darker, because you have to think that these are, you want to make the background, you want contrast. So since this is dark here, you want it to be lighter to show up like here. So you could do burning and dodging in the background. You could go into, some of this, let's see, like some of these, and add layer effects. I think I already showed you this, like a layer. So you can add, a little, a little outer glow. Not that much, obviously, but you know, something little that I wouldn't do this blue either. It's not the right color. You can even just do white, or you can even do black. But, you know, and you can just make it subtle. I mean, this is blue, the color came out. I probably would not use blue. You know, and again, you can make it kind of look like a foggy glow by doing that, but then turning the opacity down so it's, you know, just, well, that doesn't look that good, does it now? But anyway, just experimenting. You know, you could add stroke. This is really the leg that needs it, not the one that I just did it to. So again, you know, you can do stroke too. You don't have to do this outer glow thing. But again, it'll make, you know, I'd probably use green because it looks kind of, you know, like some kind of weird dumpy color, because it's, you know, it looks like it could even be like anti-freeze or something like that. I think green looks pretty cool. But anyway, just some suggestions. You could erase this bottom part too if you don't want to have it all the way down. And again, the arms could use a little bit too, but again, I wouldn't do everything like this. It ends up looking kind of corny. You know, and these stand out too. Again, you can work with the layer masks too to make these a little bit lighter just on the arm part. Where is the arm? So again, we can go into the levels, and we can just see what we can do. Again, Photoshop is so powerful that, so that's making it lighter, darker. The problem is that whenever you have a busy background, it's hard to make things stand out on it. But I think your background's super cool. Again, wondering maybe if, the problem with making it transparent is it starts to, you know, it starts to just look like it's unsaturated. The opacity's already changed. Let's see what the opacity looks. Oh, that looks kind of cool. I really like this background actually, so let's just make it a little bit lighter. But see, what happens is it starts to look like, yeah, I don't know. But anyway, you have some ideas. I think that you're doing great, and I would just continue, you know, working with the background and working with making the individual parts stand out. You could find, I love these bricks, but you could find another brick too. You could find something that's maybe smaller bricks or something. But anyway, good progress. I'm not going to bore you anymore.